Hi Ladysmith and area friends, I'm Tammy from Ladysmith Parks, Recreation and Culture, and this is my daughter Taylin. And today's Kid-solation Creation, we're going to be teaching you how to create garden rock art. It's really simple, super fun, creative. So things that you're going to need today, you're going to need a bunch of crayons. You can use a new package of crayons, or like we have quite the bucket of old crayons hanging around. You're going to need some rocks that you find from going for a walk outside. The smoother the rock, the better. You're going to want to wash them off with some soapy water just to clean them off and let them dry really well. You're going to want a cookie sheet, and you're going to want parchment paper to sit on your cookie sheet. You're going to want a couple of cloths to buff your rocks up after, scissors maybe to trim up your parchment, and then definitely some oven mitts for the oven. So grown-ups, in this part, what you need to be doing right now before you start is to warm your oven up to 200 degrees. So just a low oven, it'll be 200 degrees. You want your oven to be pre-warming to. Next you're gonna do is pick your rock. So Taylin, pick your rock. She's gonna take the big rock, I know. I'm gonna take this nice little flat rock. We're gonna move our crayons in front so we can both reach. And then all we're gonna do is color our rocks really, really well with whatever design we want to do on our rocks. I think I might make mine a little Pac-Man ghosty guy.
And I'm gonna make mine a rainbow.
Okay. So we're just going to color our rocks right now. When you're coloring your rocks, I can't remember the Pac-Man ghosty guy's color. I'm going to make my green guy. So you want to actually make sure that when you're coloring your rock that you're really putting a lot of crayon on there, because the crayon ends up melting and then it leaves your rock looking really cool after. So I'm going to get lots on mine. Oh, you're doing a rainbow? Nice. So this is fun for all ages. Anyone could do this. This would be fun to find a bunch of rocks and to create some fun little designs on your rocks. And I know that people have been hiding them along trails, little heart rocks and little painted rocks. This is a really fun way for kids to get engaged to do this as well. Super easy for them to do. And they are going to last for quite some time, because once that wax melts on the rocks, it kind of makes them waterproof. And then of course crayons are non-toxic, so it's not going to hurt anything out there in the environment. Okay, I have some really good green all over my rock. Maybe a little bit more to do. How are you doing?
So it looks like turquoise.
It's going to take a while, hey? It's kind of a turquoisey green. Okay, so we're trying to like not leave any spaces in our rock. So if your rock has a little more like bumpy bits to it, or is a little grainier, you're gonna really want to like rub your crayon in. This is why old broken crayons work really, really well. Okay, good. One eye or two?
One eye.
One eye, one eye, my one-eyed alien guy. Okay.
I don't think it's Pac-Man anymore.
No, I don't think it's the Pac-Man ghost either. That's okay. He kind of looks like a little bit like Mike from Monsters, Inc. There's a black crayon. Okay. Little bit of crayon mess happens, but that's okay. So I have one little rock ready to go. So there's my rock. It has, it's all green. I gave it a monster eye and a smile, because I definitely know where I'm going to hide this one. I'm just going to take the cookie sheet, sorry for my reach today, and I'm just going to put our finished rocks on our cookie sheet. Maybe I'll take another one. It's hard to decide.
Sort of like make waves or something.
Make waves? This one's kind of big. I can do that from this one. Oh yeah, I could do that from this one. Okay. I'll do a big wave like that. An ocean themed one.
Almost done my rainbow.
You're almost done your rainbow already? You're fast. So like we said before, it doesn't take a really long time. There's no rules. It's kind of fun. So once you have your rocks ready to go and you have them on your parchment paper, Grown-ups, you're going to put them in the oven for 15 minutes. And so what I found too is when you put them in the oven, if you're going to do them for 15 minutes, the little rocks are super quick and fast, so maybe a little less than 15 minutes. If you're using a bigger rock, you're going to want to maybe put it in a little longer than 15 minutes, just because it takes a bit of time for the rock to warm up enough for the actual wax crayon that you've drawn on the rock to melt. So it just depends on your size of rock. So it's, if you have your light works in your oven and you can see through your glass door of your oven, it's kind of good to just keep an eye on them, because if you leave the little rocks in there too long, then the wax just tends to all blend together and kind of roll off. So if you want to keep that nice and, this is looking good, if you want to keep that from melting off of your rock so that your design stays fairly intact, then keep an eye. How you doing? Oh, you got a rainbow in there. That was good. Yeah, look at that. What's that? I have some big breaker waves on mine. They're kind of fun. Yep.
I'm gonna do the clouds.
And then I'm gonna do a seagull. A couple of seagulls.
Put these ones away.
And we got some waves and a seagull. You in the clouds? All right. I'm gonna let you finish yours. This one's a really good way.
No.
It's really good. It works really, really well. Yeah? It's just softer. And you show them yours? And we'll set it on. Oh, she's got a really nice rainbow with some clouds on either side. It's gonna look really nice when it's done. So just gonna hold it up, nice and close. So a really nice rainbow, clouds on the bottom, some clouds on the side. We're gonna set that on our cookie sheet. And that one's gonna go in our oven too. So we have done some samples to show you ahead of time. So we have lots. So I'm gonna move our crayon bucket out of the way. So this is one of the ones that we did recently, and it's quite a big rock. It could stay in the oven a little bit longer because the wax is still, like, I can rub it off on my finger a little bit, so I may need to put it in longer, but my bee on the other side is pretty done, because when I rub my finger on it, not a lot comes off. These ones are still a little bit warm. We're going to stick them up front. They're a little bit warm out of the oven.
I made this one, and it's a sunset.
Taylor did a sunset. It looks really nice, so we're going to set it up front. And where's that one's from today? Okay, and then we made this one I made a heart. It just kind of had a heart shape, so it'd be fun to sit in the garden. And then we have Robert's.
This one's my brother's.
Yep, he made a little alien guy wearing some overalls. And then these are ones that I had pre-done that they're already totally cooled. And so we'll pull them all out and I'll kind of show you how you buff them up a little bit. Okay, so pull them out and lay them out. And you can grab a cloth, and I'll grab a cloth. Awesome. Okay, so these are just fun face cloths that I had. So when you take them out and they're all melted and they're totally cooled so that everything is dried back up, and sometimes they look a little dull compared to when you were coloring them before. So you just take them and you kind of stick your finger in your cloth like this, and you just kind of give them a little buff like that. And it just shines up the crayon. So this one I made before was a heart, and as you can see, it like wax melts and then it stains all around. So this one I did like purple pink and light pink and a heart, and you can just kind of buff them up and they shine up really nice. This one did really great. She shined it up really, really well. And then they're good to go to hide on the trail, or to sit at your front door, or to tuck in little spots in your garden, or to make some from Nana and Papa or Grandma and Grandpa and leave for them when you're just doing a little visit through the window. You can leave them a special treat on their door. I hope you have a great time making this creation today, and I would love to see in the comments below a picture of your garden rock art that you created and how much fun you had just using some crayons and some rocks and a little bit of a warm oven. About 15 minutes in the oven. Again, bigger rocks take longer, smaller rocks take a little less time. Have fun, stay safe everybody. everybody. Thanks for joining us today. Bye.